Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this DOE-EYED makeup look together today. Super cute and super easy to do, so let's get into it. First, we're going to start off with skin prep, and I want my skin to look nice and refreshed, so we're going to go in with the CoverGirl Nourishing Milk Spray. Next, we're going to put on some moisturizer. I love this Eyebrow one, which is the multifunction moisturizer. This leaves my skin feeling nice and supple and ready for makeup. And to prep and plump my under eyes, I'm going to be using the Dr. Malickson Eyebrow. Get into makeup. Starting with a primer. This one is one of my favorite ones from Iconic London. I want my skin to look nice and dewy, yet I still want it to be blurred, so this one's perfect. It's the Iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. On my T-zone to make sure that it really blurs out that part of my skin. I go on with the Lawless Forget the Filter Skin Perfecting Foundation. This one is in the shade 11M, and this is just gonna make my skin look perfect, but it's not gonna be too heavy. And to make it look a little less intense, I like to put a little bit on the back of my hand and then blend it out into my skin with a brush from there. I'll make sure this is nice and blended out, so I'm just gonna go in with my sponge. Concealer, I want a nice bright under eye, so I'm gonna go in with the Make Beauty Concealer. This one is in the shade 05 Medium W. So any of the brushes that I'm using in this video are going to be from Morphe. I'll list down below the exact numbers that I used. I love to go in with all my cream products and then go in with my powdered products. So we're going to go in with some cream blush first. I'm going to use the Meg by Mitchell Curve Case. This is the medium curve case palette, and I love the shade A Shy Boy for this look. Going in with that shade A Shy Boy and really focusing it on the bottom half of my cheek. This is going to give me a really nice cute sunburn blush, but I love using a powder product after because I can clean up any mistakes that I make with the cream product. Skin look a little bit more toasty instead of sunburnt. I'm going to go in with the shade Rich and Rosy from the same palette and go over that pink shade. I'm going to go with the shade Teddy Bear and use it as my bronzer on my forehead, my cheekbones, and my jawline to really sculpt the face, but still give it just some more warmth. And these cases are super pigmented, so you don't have to dip into it too much. Go back in with that color with a contour brush and really contour my nose. We're going to go in and kind of make two lines on the side of the nose. Top of my nose to make it nice and button nose. Now to save the day and clean up the cream products, we're going to go in with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake in the shade Pound Cake. I'm going to use this under my eyes and set anywhere in my face that's definitely looking too oily right now. To the T-zone and on the chin, just to make sure that the oiliness is gone, and we're setting that to look nice and airbrushed. On with my powder products, I'm going to go in with one of my favorite bronzers, which is the NYX Buttermilk Bronzer. This is in the shade Butter Biscuit, and we're going to go over wherever we put the cream contour. So on the forehead, jawline, cheekbone, and on the nose. Moving on to powder blush, we're going to go in with the Say blush in the shade Chow. Go right over where I put the cream blush. And of course, we need fake freckles for this look, so I'm going to go with my Baby Go Dewy Freckles and put quite a bit on the bridge of my nose and anywhere else on the cheeks to make it look extra cute. This is a product you can basically only get on TikTok Shop, and I do think it's worth it. A little bit of highlighter. I'm going to be using the Versed Illuminating Stick right on the buttons of my nose and on my cheekbones just to really brighten it up. ColourPop Cosmetics, I'm going to be using their Brow Boss products. I'm going to be using their Clear Brow Boss Gel, and I'm going to be using their Brow Boss Pencil in the shade Dark Brown. Moving on to the biggest part of the look, which is the eyes, I'm going to be using the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. I love this palette with my whole life. If you're going to invest in an eyeshadow palette, this is the one that you should invest in. Fluffy eye blender brush, we're going to go in with the shade Matte 10 and put that in the crease of our eye. Really blending it in and doing a windshield wiper motion to make it rounded out. Also taking the same shadow shade and putting it underneath the lash line. Like so. With matte 11 and keep that very, very close to the outer corner of the crease. Go back in with the Master Mattes palette, and we're going to go in with the shade Matte 3 and put it on the lid and kind of make sure to extend it out near where the crease is, like so. You need a beige brightening eyeliner. This one from Sochi is perfect. It's their eye brightener in the shade Champagne, and we're going to put this in the lower lash line. Completely opened up my eyes, if you couldn't tell. In with the angled brush and back in with the Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette and go in with the shade Matte 10 and put that on the lower lash line below where we put the cream colored eyeliner. With the shade 11 and stamp that on the lash line. Find that upper lash line, we're just going to do a small little line on the top lash using the Lancome Matte Syrup Brown eyeliner. At the corners of the eyes, we want to be using a champagne colored eyeshadow that's typically shimmering. So this one from Urban Decay is one of my favorite ones. It's in the shade Top Off, and we're going to put that in the inner corners of the eyes. New Kosas highlighters. This was in the shade Shiny Objects Haloed, and we're going to use that in the inner corners of the eyes and also put that on the cheeks and on the nose to make everything look nice and cohesive. Mascara, we want quite a bit, so we're going to go in with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. This is like the only one that I can use that I can actually put layers on without feeling too clumpy. We want to put some on the lower lash line. This look nice and pouty, so I'm going to go in with a brown lip liner. This one's from Made by Mitchell in the shade Glad You're Here, and I'm just going to outline my lips. I have pretty big lips, but if you have smaller lips, I would recommend overlining for this look. My lips to be a little bit nude, so we're going to go in with the new MAC Cosmetics Powder Kiss Lip Mousses. This one is in the shade Warm Hug, and we're going to put that in the center of the lips. I just do not like doing any look without a gloss, so I'm just going to go in with the Lancome Juicy Twos in the shade Pure and go on top of that. And that was your step-by-step guide to getting doe-eyed makeup. I hope that you love this video. I really love making YouTube videos because I feel like I can explain myself a lot better than I can in a 3-minute TikTok or Instagram video. So let me know what other videos you want to see next. Be sure to follow me on my TikTok and Instagram so you can get more short-form content from me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!